Hi. The very last one. The very last Ruina video. For this playthrough. Which is both reason to celebrate and to be sad, I guess. At least for me. I don't know how others feel about it. We are now exploring. I don't know if I should call them the alternate endings or the bad endings, because I think, all in all, they might be dubbed the bad endings, but is it really that bad? We're gonna see, because I don't know about it yet. Roland being on his knees in front of Angela, contemplating what to do, and Angela standing in front of Roland, also thinking about how to proceed. First, we can either reject or forgive Roland. The first time around, I forgave him. Is that the word, forgave? Because I was sure that this would lead me to further, that this was considered the right choice. This time, we will reject him, and Angela will embrace this sorrow to grasp at freedom. Later on, we will do the other choice, or rather, the other one where Roland is either backstabbing Angela or not. Reject Roland, and Angela will embrace the sorrow to grasp at freedom. Yeah.
여기가 끝이야, 롤랑. 이것도 내가 이겨내야 할 아픔이겠지.
Harsh. Ooh? Is that not voiced?
축하해, 엔젤라.
Oh, okay, maybe just that one part. Oh. Beautiful picture though. Wow, she's crying. What the fuck?
고마워. 나는 다음으로 나아갈게.
Maybe this actually is the better ending. Not for Roland though.
네가 우는 모습도 낯선데.
Okay, did she snap him away?
나는 모든 고통을 머금고 이곳까지 왔다. 눈물을 흘릴 수 있는 몸으로 도시의 울음에 함께 웃어주겠다.
That doesn't sound nice. Wait, the head doesn't appear in this ending then? Or does she just think that the head won't appear?
책은 나에게 많은 방법을 알려줬다. 환상체를 실체화해 도서관에서 해방하는 방법.
Or maybe she's fighting them with the abnormalities. Holding them back.
세피라의 몸을 완전히 인간으로 만들어 자유롭게 하는 법. 로보토미 직원들의 의식과 몸을 복구하는 방법.
Wait, this is considered a bad ending again? Why?
도시에서 살아갈 힘을 얻는 방법. 너희도 이제 책으로 돌아가면 되는 거야.
Wait, no. I thought she gave the Sephira. Wait a second, are the Sephira and the librarians two different entities at this point? Or is she now going mad with power?
도서관 안에서 나에게 맞서는 짓이 의미 없다는 걸 누구보다 너희가 잘 알잖아? 말쿠트, 내자, 예수들 모두 죽었어.
Okay, maybe this is actually the bad ending then.
역시 엔젤라, 네 마지막 선택은 이거군.
Why couldn't she just leave it at that?
참으로 뻔뻔해, 엔젤라.
진작에 이래야 했던 걸지도 몰라. 괜히 너희와 거리를 했어. 그날 제한 따위 없이 홀로 살았다면 이런 아픔을 겪지 않을 수 있었는데.
제멋대로 되살리고 다시 죽음을 부여하다니 참으로 어리석군.
Why does she want to kill them? She learned of the way to restore their bodies, but she doesn't want to do it in the end? Do I get this right? So they're not different entities, she just doesn't want to pull through. She learned how, but she doesn't want to do it. Fucking hell, Angela, this is like your final temper tantrum, isn't it?
더불어 그 일에 대해 후회까지 하고.
내 일을 막으려 했으니 당연한 거야. 너희가 얻은 몸과 자유로 직접 선택한 결과니까.
So she did follow through, but now she wants to kill them again. What did she do that they didn't just turn their back and leave? Well, I guess she is a right cunt when she wants to be. And the Sephira don't really want another genocidal maniac in the city. running rampant. But
내가 너희를 죽이기 전에 두 발로 걸어나가 어디론가 사라졌다면 됐을 텐데.
너도 마찬가지 아니겠니? 그토록 원한 인간의 몸과 자유를 얻었음에도 도서관에서 한 발자국 나가려 하지 않다니.
사람의 마음이란 그런 게 아니겠어?
네 말이 맞단다. 함께 마지막 춤을 추도록 하자꾸나.
이번에야말로 영원히 잠들어줘. 아인, 당신의 꿈은 맹렬히 땅으로 곤두박질 칠 거야. 내 모든 걸 걸었으니까.
I guess what we can take away from this is that this is the bad ending because she didn't set herself free in the end. She got her human body, but her mind was still shackled to the past, was still shackled to what remained of Carmen in her. Instead of being her own person, she did get her own body, but was still a slave.
모든 걸 건다는 건 곧 모든 걸 바쳐야 한다는 것. 왜 그토록 인간의 몸을 원했을까? 복수에 있어 오히려 짐일 뿐인데. 난 둥지를 틀어 도시의 몰락을 바라볼 뿐인 사서. 도시의 모든 지식과 생명을 집어삼키는 도서관이 되어라. 도서관은 도시 남부 지역을 침식했다. 도서관의 범람은 누구도 감히 막을 수 없었다.
So she somehow got so powerful that not even the head stopped her? Why did the head appear immediately in the other ending? Well, or rather what felt like immediate, but there was a time frame, I've been told. Like, was it a week or something that Roland fought against, or the ensemble or something? I don't know. Or against Agelia, I don't know. I just know that they were all naked and fucking beaten at the end. So they couldn't really oppose the head agents, which were in full power as well. But here she just won't stop, even though she's a human at this point. She's still so powerful and light infused that she can even take on the city itself.
끊임없이 사람들을 죽이며 쉴 새 없이 지식의 살을 찌웠다. 그 어느 별보다 도시를 밝게 비춘다. 13년간 도서관은 도시를 감쌌다.
13 fucking years the head fucking sat on their thumbs.
이런 위험한 괴물을 모아두고 크게 한 건 해주셨네요, 사서님.
Alright, that's gotta be an arbiter though, judging by the colors. Look at fucking Angela. She got her feathery dress back, but she looks like the biggest bitch on her throne.
수고했어.
괴물은 괴물답게.
Oh god, that's far too close to a machine. Should be a machine or whatever the quote is. It's gonna trigger her.
저는 아무것도 모르고 당신을 믿고 따랐는데 말이에요.
네 동료는 책 사냥꾼들은 얼마나 죽었니?
Oh shit.
셀 수 없이요.
앞으로도 셀 수 없는 많은 사람이 죽을 거란다. 난 사람을 알아. 도시가 감춘 사람의 진실을 알아버렸거든.
You gotta wonder, Angela being this pillar of knowledge, literally at this point, doesn't this seem awfully similar and as powerful as whatever entity? I know the head is a corporation, I know the head consists of basically A, B, and C Corp, but there must be someone behind it. And I do wonder if they attained knowledge to the likes of what Angela has insight to now. The head must know about all of the machinations below the city, above the city, and going on in the city at all times, and thus can decide when to act, when not to act, what to do, and what to outlaw or what to allow. Having everything in a tight grip that might seem like they don't care at all at times, you know what I mean? Because they can, like, they have the freedom to not do anything sometimes because they know that it won't be able to hurt them. So a being like Angela right now, as powerful, I think that's what's behind the head. And I think it's an AI. I think what we see here is basically a glimpse of what the head could be.
그렇겠죠. 그리고 전 당신을 알아요. 수고하셨어요. 부디 영원히 죽어주세요.
잠들게 해줘서 고맙구나. 이름 없던 아이야.
What?
아무리 밝게 빛나는 별이라 해도 사그라든다. 다른 별과 같이 언젠가 사람에 의해 질 뿐이다. 오늘 밤에도 별이 바람에 스치듯이.
Wait, what? She grew so powerful? Did she grow tired of it? She employed one what looks to be like some kind of fixer or librarian or something to kill all of the other so-called book hunters and then to kill her? I guess in the end no one was left? And then there were none. Alright, interesting. Very interesting ending actually, with a lot to take away from it. Kinda sad that I only read it now, like that could have been some good discussion stuff in there for like, shit, tell me your thoughts about this actually. I would be really interested. There must have been stuff I've missed because it was literally the first time I read it and you know my brain, you know. Okay, let's see the other choice, which is Roland not forgiving Angela, I guess.
빼앗은 자는 늘 빼앗으며 살아야 하는 거야. 그런 각오조차 없었다니.
책과 사서, 그리고 도서관. 이 모든 걸 내가 먼저 내려놓을게. 더는 움켜쥐고만 있지 않을 거야. 움켜쥐려 하지 않을 거야. 이 모든 걸 놓는다면 돌려낼 수 있어. 적어도 도서관에서 죽은 자들만큼은.
그게 네가 선택한 답이야? 넌 이제 이 도서관 밖으로 그냥 걸어나갈 수 있는데, 감옥의 문이 열렸는데 100만 년간의 고통을 되갚을 수 있는 바로 그날인데, 그런 선택을 할 수 있다고? 네가 간절히 바라는 게 코앞에 있는데?
그래. 오롯이 나만의 바람으로 정한 거야. 처음으로 모든 것에서부터 자유로워진 내가 선택한 첫 바람이자 마지막 선택이야.
그렇다 해도 난 널 용서할 수 없어. 용서하면 안 되는 거야. 도시에선 그렇게 제멋대로 먼저 끊어낼 수 없다고. 이기적이잖아.
마지막으로 부탁 하나만 할게. 난 잠깐 무방비 상태가 될 거야. 여태 머금은 것을 토하는 게 간단하지만은 않거든. 그동안은 날 내버려 둘 수 있겠어? 친구로서의 부탁이야. 우리가 아직 친구라면.
그 사이에 내가 널 죽일 수 있을 텐데.
물론 그래도 되지만 걱정하지 마. 모든 건 되돌려지고 난 한없이 사라질 테니. 시간 없으니 바로 시작할게.
어떻게 먼저 내려놓을 수 있어? 어떻게 먼저 끊어낼 수 있는 거야?
Rereading the ending is actually so good and makes you think quite a lot because the similarities are just strong. They're very thick. They're very in your face. Like what Roland is talking about at any given time can be projected on Angela and vice versa. And isn't that just beautiful? They made these connections very early on, actually. And Roland was also dropping hints from the very beginning towards his actual intentions and his actual background. And only now it makes sense. Anyway, also Roland's voice actor, fucking, that guy really hit it out of the park with it. I don't even understand Korean, not a single word. But that dude is seriously talented, I think, because the emotion in his voice really comes across well. Last time we forgave Angela, this time we're gonna snub her, and Roland will exact his revenge with this last step.
끊을 수 없는 거야, 엔젤라.
So Angela stepped into the pillar and seat of light, trying to disappear, reverse it all, give it all back. And Roland says, "No, you."
혼자 멋대로 끊을 수 없는 거라고! 엔젤라, 내 계획과 다르게 고통 없이 목숨을 거둔 건 친구로서 마지막 배려야. 모두 끝났어. 안젤리카. 엔젤라의 목이 바닥에 떨어짐과 동시에 도서관도 무너졌다. 도시의 한가운데 한 사람이 있다.
I do wonder where the Sephira are in this.
그리고 그 앞에는 붉게 물든 기계만이 있을 뿐이다.
That's a nice line. A machine soaked in red, which is like, there must be like a word for that, like a style thing in literature, where it's like an impossible thing, or two things that oppose each other. Oh, there's a word for that, and I think I know the word, but I can't think of it. Please, someone tell me in the comments. Like, two things that can't go together, like machine soaked in red with blood. Obviously, that's impossible, but it's beautiful in terms of reading it and thinking about it. And also just shows that Angela was most likely human at this point, and he killed a human, but he doesn't want to admit it to himself. That he killed her, fully human, just to exact his revenge. It wasn't a cold, heartless machine he expected to find and did find in the beginning. It was a dear friend at this point he killed. Another one.
도서관은 그렇게 신기루와 같이 사라졌다. 그 사람도 다시 도시 속으로 자취를 감췄다.
그 소식 들었어? 대장이 다시 복귀한다고.
Who that? Ogier. Ogier?
롤랑. 그렇게 개판을 치다가 인제 와서 말이지.
Are these the other knights of, like, what's it called? Charles's office? Naimon.
난 당연히 소리 소문 없이 어디 묻힌 줄 알았어.
곧 퇴질 거다. 버린 짓이 너무 많아.
그래서
Oh, Renault.
어떻게 지내고 있대?
It was Renault. The horse, right?
예전 일도 있으니 얼굴이라도 비춰볼까?
매일 술가에게 쩔어 산다더군. 뭐에 홀린 양 더러운 일만 도맡아서 말이야.
그 얼간이 너무 변했어. 얼굴 비칠 필요도 없네. 조만간 또다시 사라지겠지.
Wow. If these are your friends, then fucking you don't need enemies, right?
바뀌지 않는 사람은 드물잖아. 우리는 말할 것도 없고.
한 사람이 하수구 아래 물 위로 떠밀려온다.
Oh shit. Wait, how many different weapons are these? I don't think they're his. Like, if there's 12 of them or 11, like the symbolism is quite strong. Being stabbed by his former colleagues, I guess. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 actually. You know what I mean? Like, the 12 knights all killed him at the same time. But, of course, there should only be 11 with him. And, like, with Olivier missing, it should be 10. But, yeah. Could also be his own weapon. Someone turned him against him.
그 남자의 등에는 무수한 무기가 박혀 있다.
Or just all of the people he wronged, which were quite a lot.
얼굴 모르는 자의 몽둥이. 원수였던 자의 말뚝.
A club that belonged to a stranger. A limb that belonged to a nemesis. The club that belonged to a stranger. Like, Angelica was wielding a club. But then again, Angelica was wielding a lot of different weapons because that was the Black Silence's thing, right? A limb that belongs to a nemesis. Again, I'm trying to read into this stuff and trying to get something out of it because I think that there must be more hints towards the law and the world in there.
동료였던 자의 단검.
You go, a dagger that belonged to a colleague.
친구였던 자의 창. 등에 꽂힌 수많은 무기는 그 사람이 짊어져온 업이다. 나는 알고 있나니 넌 내 마음속으로 깊이 들어와.
Or was it just him further quoting this poem? I don't think so.
나와 함께 가지런히 누우리라.
말했잖아, 롤락. 너무 많이 죽였어. 이 정도로 죽여버리면 뭐가 뭔지 알 수 없게 된다고.
그 사람은 그렇게 조용히 잊혔다.
So that tells us that either Astolfo alone killed him, or Astolfo was at least among them, which would support my theory that all of his colleagues, the former ones, banded together to hunt down, not really a traitor at this point, but the blight that he turned out to be on the city. They must have some kind of honor code in an office as Charles's office, like as prestiged as Charles's office, I guess. Or maybe they had an obligation to take care of him because the Hana told them or something. Beautiful last sentence though, like in black silence. And 2 more achievements due to that. Fuck, that was good. Oh, I did very much enjoy that. I don't know which one I enjoyed more. Like both of them. No, then again, Roland got his comeuppance. he got what he wanted, but he was also fucking killed at the same time. Yet I don't think he cared that much in the end, since what would you live for if you achieve your revenge? Like Angelica didn't come back that way. What does he have left? He had no friends left. He had no one in his life left at all, actually. Only his work and his power, his might. So he knew that it was gonna end someday, and he accepted it. Which again, I guess is kind of similar to how Angela ended it. Although Angela chose her end voluntarily, seems like. Which baffles me a little bit, because I would think that she would just keep going and going and going. I don't know why she ordered, or rather let herself get killed that easily. Like, what's the deal with that? Did I misunderstand something there? Like, she employed this book hunter to kill the other book hunters. She asked her, how many others have you killed? Well, countless ones. Alright. They said, no, I'm gonna kill you. And Angela said, yeah, go on, please, do. It's my pleasure. So it was kind of weird, especially going on about how she's gonna encroach on the city and devour the city with knowledge and stuff. I'm gonna have to think about these. Like this one especially, and maybe, again, like every comment that could help shine some light, or maybe give me your opinion, because some things are just not set in stone, right? If Project Moon don't outright state it, it's all theory, it's all guessing. It's not all guessing. There must be some hard facts in there, definitely, but we don't know. Maybe we're gonna learn about it in... no, we're not. We shouldn't learn about it in future games, because these endings are not canon, are they? The ending where the library is relocated to the outskirts is canon, and that hasn't happened in these two. However, it will happen in the old ending, which we're gonna see through the power of editing now. Okay, so this is the ending they had before they implemented the proper ending, I guess. Version 1.1.0.0. I guess the first release version, which it's weird that it didn't have an ending yet. Since if you release a game, you should have an ending, I guess. But it looks the same. Like there's a Xena monologue, which is the same. The fight where Bina and Gebura enter, the expulsion scene, the chat in the outskirts chat, as the uploader so amply put it. We're gonna take a look at who uploaded this in a second, by the way. I want to give credit. And then this is the different part, I guess, where we chip in the credits and cozy art, which you're gonna enjoy together. I think there are a few pictures that I can understand that, because I do that too very often in credits that I dance along with the mouse. There are a few pictures in there that are quite nice, as far as I'm aware, because I've been sent the pictures, and I've been sent like a summary of the Purple Tear ending, of course, but I haven't, like, this is the first time I actually see it. The first time I hear Theme 2 in the context of the game as well. And I think that must be the fact alone that they haven't included theme to the actual game. And then the one time they did include it, they took it out again, should knock 1 score out of 10 of the game, in my opinion, because this tune is one of the best things I've ever heard. That is, of course, like hyperbole, but it is a very good track, I would say. The credits also more neatly on the side this way, which is interesting. I do like the newer look, but oh, isn't that a beautiful picture? You can actually see, I still hold that position that you can actually see like how life would continue even in the outskirts with the librarians. They would grow closer together, overcome the differences, form some new bonds. I'm very happy that I got the slice of life segments after ending the actual game. Okay, and you. The most important part of any credit, thanking me, the player, because I took my time to play your work of art? Not quite. Maybe in the case of Ruina it is a work of art. But yeah. And here we go. The purple tear scene. Even though the star we call the library has fallen, the phenomenon of the distortion is still ongoing. It's time we established a new association, as someone pointed out. You mean an association to take charge of distortions exclusively, as countless suggestions have asked for? The purple tear has been submitting a mound of documents as if she's been waiting for this moment. Well, she must have known. She was the one who's said to be capable of walking between multiple dimensions due to the influence of her singularity. Perhaps she's walked into the borders of the beyond. It seems she's still seeing further ahead than anyone else, yet she won't look back at herself. Wonder what this means. An association of fixers specifically dealing with distortions, is it? Knock knock, there's plenty of demand, you know. No need to scratch your heads weighing the gains. Some wings have already begun to make a move. Offices focusing on distortions are a moneymaker on the rise. Better be the first to take grip of the market. Yeah, money talks. Besides, the distortion phenomenon is starting to take a new turn ever since the library case. You guys have heard about the tower that's magically shown itself in the outskirts, right? The Expulse Tower, I guess? You're still as rude as ever. Don't you know how to knock properly? Sheesh, it's not like I didn't. What? You're correct. We did receive reports about the tower-like structure which has appeared in the outskirts. But it apparently would disappear like a mirage once they try to approach it. Is it the library or something else? Yeah, that. Oh, that's probably the new library, okay. Though it looks like it's operating in a different way now. Pressuring us won't allow you to skip the standard procedures, Purple Tear. You even have the audacity to suggest that you'll be in charge of organizing the association alone. To deal with abnormalities born out of the twists and distorting of humans, you'll want specialized gear. The distinct equipment Alcorp has dubbed Ego is the most appropriate for the job. The thing about Ego, though, is that not any person can handle it. We need those who meet the qualifications. You mean the so-called egoists, according to your documents? That's not a cool name. Yeppers. You know I've got a sharp eye for people. It wouldn't hurt to let me take charge. We should take the initiative in shaping the system our way. Right now the public's ideas are all over the place, as is evident with terms like distortions, abnormalities, and even plain creatures being thrown around. The first to define the concepts and terms will gain the upper hand in the game of control. You know that better than anyone. We'll consider your proposal with an open mind. Alright then, I'll be expecting good news from you, okay? What? There was nothing about her actually wanting money. That much in it. I thought she was gonna say like, alright, we now need 5 million an to raid the library again, or something. Maybe that's a little bit too much, but I didn't even read. I mean, there was some interesting things in there. I couldn't quite pause because I wasn't in control of the speed, but the fact that they have a name for the people being able to wield Ego now, Egoists, is quite interesting because it seems like they're gonna most likely focus more on that in the future games, right? this very much feels like a setup for a future game, actually. This feels like, alright, it's gonna take part in the outskirts, right? Because that's where the library is and they want to raid the outskirts. It's gonna deal with the distortion phenomenon. They might rename it because, as Iori so aptly put it, there's a lot of different terms, but they want to be the one to coin the one term, basically. Which might be distortion, it might be something else. I think they will stay with distortion because they have distortion detective already. It's gonna be about stronger characters, definitely, the ones being able to wield ego. Although the ability to wield ego is not necessarily equivalent to your bodily strength, I guess, since it's the strength of your mind. And there was something else in there. Oh god, fuck, it's very hard to... Yeah, the library disappears like a mirage. That's another interesting thing. It's definitely... It feels like a setup, though. Also, did she say that it's not a singularity, so they don't know how she works, basically. That's cool, because the Hana famously wants to be in control of everything, I guess. To deal with abnormalities born out of the twists and distorting of humans. Yeah. It's gotta be the dungeon crawl... No, wait. The dungeon crawler is the Limbus one, isn't it? I wonder if this is a setup for Limbus. Is Iori in the Limbus, not necessarily leaks, but teasers? Teasers, that's the word. I think her symbol was on one of the characters in the Limbus teasers. So she must play a role there as well. They could very much set her up as some new kind of mentor figure or something. Also, there's a lot of about her we don't know yet, with like her looking for her son, or her very powerful ability to, which could be related to find strong people and train them, and her time hopping. Of course, she must know the perfect way to train a person if she can just observe different dimensions of failed states and stuff. Anyway, credit to Scythe7. There's most likely other people that have uploaded this exact scene to YouTube, but this is the one video I've been linked to. So thank you. It's called the Library of Ruina Original Ending / Epilogue Archived Pre-Hotfix. I'm gonna like it. Like, you deserve that, definitely. Check him out. I don't know what else he did. Like, if he has any videos on his channel that I shouldn't endorse, this is the disclaimer that I'm not affiliated with this person. Yet at the same time, don't really care, because I don't play that YouTube game. I don't care. Okay. I think this is it. This is the actual end. We're gonna end... what are we gonna end with? Let's end with some cozy art. Oh god. Can we find... This is a beautiful picture to end with. This is the very last for this season. Let's call it that, because there could always be more in the future. Library of Ruina video. We've now explored the alternate endings, which were easier to miss than in Lobotomy Corporation. Then again, I've read comments of people already that had to take the bad endings, basically, because they didn't do all of the realizations yet. So it really depends on how you play the game. Although again, in the case of Library of Ruina, it's easier to just go back and redo it. In Lobotomy Corporation, there was a point where you could lock yourself out of even being able to do all of the suppressions before the day 46 onward cycle. So in difficulty, they really knocked it down a lot, in my opinion. I wasn't as stuck in Ruina as I was in Lobotomy Corporation, all things considered. It still took a very long time to get through the game, but that was mostly because there was also just so much more story in between, I think. Gameplay-wise, we didn't really get that much more. And with Lobotomy Corporation, you could automate a lot of things, but once things went wrong, they went really wrong, so you had to restart. I think I had to restart more days in Lobotomy Corporation than I had to restart fights in Library of Ruina. There were like 4 to 5 fights in Ruina that were actually hard, where I had to redo and rethink. Looking back at the videos, you will most likely have seen more instances than that where I was struggling. But that was just me being bad. It wasn't really me having to think, which happens when I'm really bad. So, quite a lot as well. Even though it doesn't seem like I think a lot. Anyway, it was a beautiful, beautiful game though. And as I've said before, I will most likely go back, play it on my own, in my own pace. Maybe hunt for some achievements. And if there's like some that are harder to get or something, I would be up for streaming it as well in the future. I would be up for some challenges I'm thinking of already, and I'm making a list of, which might or might not include using or not being allowed to use certain key pages or certain cards, or like someone was in the process at least a few months ago of doing a playthrough just using the P function, which of course works in general fights, but it doesn't quite work in realization since you need to use certain specific cards at certain times, especially in gimmick fights like Chesed or something. So there might be a way to automate that too, though. I don't know. You can also state some additional rules, like when it's allowed to redo the card usage or something. I don't know. That would be interesting though. Like just create decks that work on its own automated. Like I could, if you have any more ideas on how else you can play this game. And yes, I know there are mods and additional receptions. Again, if you have suggestions, which ones are good, because I'd like to let other people do the quality control for me. Just give me the good ones. I don't really want to sift through the bad ones that are not any fun or like impossible to beat or something. Give me the good ones. Like we could be seeing that in the future, either on stream or on video, I don't know. And maybe I don't really want to promise too much here because I'm gonna regret it already if I do, but maybe in the upcoming weeks people should stay tuned for what's gonna replace the Friday slot until Limbus releases, because we might be going back to the roots or something, or doing something else related to that. Yeah, nothing more to say. Thank you everyone. Bye.